My shoulder, man. Fuck. It occurred to me. So we're kicking about. We're gonna have a lazy start to this one. It has occurred to me that some of you guys may not know what professional arm wrestling actually is. Let me think of what's a good match? Yoshi Kanai versus Michael Todd, maybe? So I'm going to show you guys what professional arm wrestling actually looks like. We will get in trouble. This is a legendary match. Okay, here we go. So the guy on the right is named Michael Todd. He's the number one. He is currently the number one in the world. Best arm wrestler on the planet. The Japanese cat is a dude named Yoshi Kanai. And Yoshi Kanai is, in my opinion, the strongest non-Russian arm wrestler that's ever lived. And I'm going to go to Japan at some point this year and train with Yoshi. And that's going to be a big fucking deal. And you guys will get to see me smash Yoshi Kanai! It's probably not gonna happen. We're just being lazy and buying time until some of our moderators get here and so on. So if you guys want to dip out and come back, we'll be back. I mean, I'm gonna be here just bullshit with you guys for the next 20-30 minutes. Okay, so what's going on there is the dude on the right, Michael Todd, is trying to roll out. That's why his hand goes like this. It's basically exploding his own hand. Arm sumo? Okay, so the reason I'm not gonna do arm sumo is because it's in most facets, arm sumo is illegal for non-Japanese citizens to participate in. Now they opened up year before last to non-Japanese citizens, but only at nationals. You can only do nationals if you're non-Japanese. Small tournaments are still illegal if you're not a Japanese citizen. So I'm probably not going to do it because it's a lot of training for one tournament a year. You know what I mean? And it's definitely an adjustment. Anybody who tells you that it's just like arm wrestling, it's not. It's vastly. It feels very different. And the tables are much lower. I'm 6'4". I'm a really up top guy. Racist? Yeah. Okay, here's the thing about the Japanese culture, right? In case you've not done like a ton of research on them. They're very... Racist is not the right word. They're scared of outside cultures. Xenophobic, maybe. Maybe the right word. Although I think that deals specifically with Jewish people, but... it's just ingrained in them, man. It's part of their culture. It's getting better as time goes. Things are easing up and getting better. But it's still definitely there. I got a boy who pops in the stream sometimes named Ooze. He's a big white dude who lives in Japan, and he can tell you all kinds of interesting stories. Hard to get into brothel? I didn't know Japan had brothels. I know you can't get into onsens if you're tattooed, and I'm fucking heavily tattooed, so I'm probably never gonna get into an onsen, which sucks, because that's like one of the coolest parts of Japan. I also did non-Japanese sumo for a long time. I was a sumo wrestler. And I came in 4th in nationals, so it was really good. He winch. What's up, my guy? Yeah, we're being lazy. We're getting a lazy start to the stream. So we're gonna burn, 20-30 minutes. I figured we'd watch some legendary matches. None of them have ever been recorded. I only did sumo for 1 year, and in that 1 year, I got 4th at nationals. It was my first ever tournament. And then I got 2nd at something else. I don't remember what it was. And then I'm very honest about what I do as an arm wrestler. And part of my game is that I take steroids. I will talk about it to anybody that asks. I'm very open and honest about it. And that bothered them. So they were like, hey, until you come completely off gear, we're gonna have to bar you from the Sumo Association. Gotta go show at least one Devin match? Okay, cool. Let's see, you guys want to see Devin lose or win? Okay, we could show him with one of my training partners. You want to see him lose? Okay, I know who we're gonna do. I don't think it was 2019, I think it's 2017. That's the one I wanted right there. This is another legendary match for any non-arm wrestlers checking it out. The guy on the right's Devin Larratt. He's sort of like our The Rock, right? Like he's our most famous, he's the most famous arm wrestler. And the guy on the left is John Brzenk, who is the best arm wrestler. There is no dispute here. He is the most winningest arm wrestler that has ever lived. He's killed everybody in the game at one point or another. And he's been doing it since the 70s. Yeah, for sure he's the GOAT. People talk about like Michael Jordan or Muhammad Ali as being like the best sportsmen to ever live. John Brzenk went like 25 years without even losing a round. Not a match, a round. It's John Brzenk is the best sportsman that's ever lived. So what's going on here is Devin is trying to pull the dude into a hook, and John Brzenk is doing a movement called the low hand top roll, which is where you dump your wrist and you rely heavily on the bottom strap to dig you. See, now he's getting sucked into a hook. John Brzenk is getting sucked into Devin's hook. Now, John is in a defensive position, but this is where John is the strongest. He's also bleeding Devin a little bit. See, look how calm and relaxed John is. And Devin, the guy on the right, is just giving 110. You can see the veins in his neck and his face popping out. And then John gives up, right? Devin thinks he's won, but he didn't. He didn't. John relinquished that match. So let's watch. This is the next round. Flash. Nothing. John Brzenk ate him alive. And he did that because he knew that if he held in that defensive position and made Devin work for a little while, he'd be drained on the next round. And that's exactly what it was. All right, let's watch it. The next round, I think they slip and go to the straps in this one. Oh, that's John Brzenk right there. And he won best 2 out of 3, guys. It's rare to see Devin Larratt lose a match. So this was a big deal. This was like 2 of our best that have ever lived. Todd Hutchings, yep. Good old Todd Hutchings. Todd's is one of my, or was one of my key training partners. I don't know if you knew that. You Winch? There's lots of video of us pulling together. Wes, let's check the grip. That's me right there. You guys see that? There's me. Alright, trying to find a video of Todd. I know I've got some. I thought I had a bunch of them, but I guess I don't. Oh, here's one. Boop. So I'll try to find me and Todd pulling. So the guy on the right here is Toddzilla, or Todd Hutchings. He's one of the most famous and powerful sideways arm wrestlers on the planet. And then the other guy is this big sexy man beast that comes around and just rapes everybody he touches. Just kidding, it's me! It's me! And what's going on here is Todd can't match in a hook with me on the left hand, so he's trying to roll out. He's trying to escape my power, which means he's trying to get into my fingertips. But my containment on my bottom 2 fingers was too strong, so Todd couldn't roll out. So then he's put himself into a bad negative position, and I can just bloop. Yeah, he can't hook with me on the left hand. He's not strong enough. These are some random people on my team. Some good arm wrestlers, but I know you guys probably don't know any of them. I'm trying to find more of me and Todd. Okay, so this is his right hand. This is what he's really good at, what he's famous for. Now his right hand, I cannot contain his hook, and I don't want to go there. So what I employ is a move called a shoulder press. You see it there? Really, it's a flop press because I'm relinquishing my wrist. I don't need my wrist to press down. So that's why he keeps losing. Lose your fingers, try to contain him on the right. Yeah, that's not the move with Todd. You don't contain Todd on the right hand. You push through Todd's power. That's the mistake everybody makes, but I'll never tell anybody that because he's my boy. Let me see if there's any other videos of us pulling. Yeah, my press is what I'm famous for. Oh, so here's a killer match. Here's a killer match. Okay, so... like I said, guy on the left is Toddzilla. The guy on the right is the King of Kentucky. Even I can't beat him. His name is Josh Reichert. And when they go into a hook, it's brutal. They get into this hook and they're both just fucking stuck. It's so good. Are there videos of you and Derek pulling? There's like a quick 10-second. We only pulled one time. I flew all the way to California, but I think he was preparing for some kind of event or tournament or match or something, and he didn't want to get fucked up. Yeah, no, this is a good match, man. And he didn't want to take the chance of getting hurt because me and Paul Passmore, we both flew out at the same time, and Paul and him were supposed to have a match, and for some reason it got canceled. But we only pulled one time, and the time we pulled. He was like, let me see that flop because everybody, knows about my flop press. So I set up for a flop, but he set up really low so my wrist wouldn't go back. And on the start, he just jerked my arm out of my own position. He just fucking killed me. It's the right way to fight a flop press, but I don't know where it's at. It's somewhere. So this is Steve Pettis on the left here. He's a fucking brick. People don't know about Steve, but goddamn, that dude's good. So mine and Jerry's press are different. Jerry Ketterat's press is very sideways oriented, and mine is angled to come at you. And that's why Todd has a much easier time with Jerry's press than he does with mine. Because Todd can employ all that monster side pressure he's got for Jerry's press. And mine's not attacking your side pressure, mine's attacking your shoulder commitment. I'm coming like this way at you. Let me see if I can get back to that press. See if you check it out, instead of like going here, I'm trying to shoot here, and Todd is fighting it with side pressure so it rounds us back to the middle of the pad. See what happened? Our hands jerk and then they end up here. Let me see. Yeah, man, that's hard for me to watch, that Jerry match with him. All of Jerry's matches are hard for me to watch, bud. His nose is always bleeding and he's always fucking like throwing up afterward and shit. It's just crazy. Okay, so here's a practice with Derek. We'll fast forward until the ones that I'm in, or people you may know are in. Okay, so here's Derek and Paul Passmore. I think Paul would have eaten him alive left-handed if they had actually went. Yeah, Xavier, you actually might be in this. I started thinking about it, and if we see you, so the guy on the left is Derek Smith, the guy on the right is Paul Passmore, and at the time, Paul, the guy on the right, was like probably #1 in the country. And then his arm broke. His arm broke at Alabama State, which is fucking brutal video. I made a video about that too. Fuck, it's uncomfortable to watch, and it's put him back a little bit. But I if I'm honest, I see Paul climbing back to #1. Yeah, but see, man, here's the thing. Paul has like 0 quit in him. That dude is hardcore. What's up? It's Deanie, my guy. Always a pleasure to see you in the chat, my guy. Xavier is if you see yourself in this little thumbnail down here, fucking tell me, man. Because I remember you and me, I think we grabbed up. Or not Xavier, it's my money and I need it now. I think we grabbed up, but we didn't actually pull. Oh, here's me and Alan Fisher. That's maybe too late in the match. You never pulled with me? Never mind then. Wait, wasn't that you? Isn't this you, dude? Fucking Jesus. Isn't this guy right here you in the blue shirt? Oh, okay, never mind. I thought this was you for like so fucking long. Weird. So the guy on the right is Alan Fisher. He's kind of a legend in the sport. And then the guy on the left is me. And then you can see Derek's goofy ass back there. Okay, so what's happening here is Alan is trying to launch sideways with the hope that he'll be able to break my pronation. And what I'm doing is swooping out and pronating at the very end of the movement. And because my arm is longer than his, he can't dive anymore. So his hand has to open up. And when you do that, it ends up looking like this. See, watch his hand, it runs out of length. It wasn't a strength thing, he just can't go that way anymore. So his hand has to go back. This dude is so fucking strong. I can't remember his name, but like, he was the strongest guy there. He felt stronger to me than Derek did. So, some big dude from Turkey. Can't remember his name at all, though. John Islander. That dude is a fucking animal, man. Hardest left-hand match right here that I had all day. Look at that shit, man. We were fucking dead even. Such a good match. I'd like to pull him for real with like real ready goes and shit. This dude's also super strong. The guy in the blue, but he's on the Vegas team, I think. And his son was actually really strong. His son's like 14 and he was coming through and just wrecking people. But I can't remember either of their names either. Let's see. Here's some more Paul Passmore. Okay, so here's Paul Passmore and Gage. Paul's on the right, Gage is on the left. Gage is like the number 3 guy on Derek's team. Derek's the big tall guy in the back. Once Paul pulls you into this position, let me see if you touch it.
Come on, give me some. Come on, Gage. What you got, babe? Yeah, this is my last surge, so I'll have a little fun. After this,
then he's gonna sit down for about a month.
I'll let you have some, Gage. Come on, get over there. What you got, babe? Get that shoulder in there. Come on. You got a hold of a man today, baby. Come on.
Paul loves talking shit, man. You got a hold of a man today, baby. Gage's special move is his press. Yeah, without his press, he's not as great. And Paul knew that. And that's why Paul's keeping his shoulder out. But at one point, he had wore Gage down so far that he was like, here, you can have some of that shoulder. Oh, okay, here's me and Derek. So remember, he's like, show me this press. Watch how low he grabs on my hand. See, he's like at the bottom of my hand. And I just can't, I couldn't do it at all. And he just ricochets me back. That's the right way to pull a press if you guys are ever in a position where you need to. Oh, this is that tall guy's son. He's like 14. And he put me on the defensive side. Now, I could have rolled through his hand. You can see his wrist starting to break itself back. But I mean, for a 14, see, look at that. But for a 14-year-old to do that, oh, wait, this is when his wrist actually did break. You can hear it. You can hear it. Check this out. Listen. Did you hear it? Yeah, his wrist actually did, I think, break or get hurt when we were doing that match. And that sound, that click, 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 is his wrist, like, breaking back. I forgot about that, man. But yeah, that kid's super strong. Okay, so here's Artem and Gage. For any Artem fans in the room, Artem got eaten alive. Artem had a bad day, man. I don't think he pinned anybody that whole practice. So for those just tuning in, my name is Wes Björnsson. I'm a professional arm wrestler, and today we're getting a slow start in the game, so we're gonna wait for another like 10 minutes-ish, and I figured it would be a good time to kind of introduce you guys to professional arm wrestling. This is a video that I shot back in 2019. The guy on the left is Alan Fisher. He's a world famous, like he's a legend since the 70s. And the other guy, I can't remember his name, man. He's one of the top lightweight dudes on Derek Smith's team. Oh yes, Jose, you're right. Thank you. Super good dude, super talented. Oh, watching him and Artem is fucking funny. Artem's been kind of picky about who he calls out because he knows that if he goes up to California, he'll have to fuck with Jose, and he don't want none. He don't want no piece of that. He doesn't pull with you guys anymore? What? Why? How come? Oh, I think I'm smacking Artem around in here somewhere if you guys want to watch me beat the shit out of Artem. At the time, I was a really big YouTube arm wrestler, and so was he. I think he still is, actually. So we were like, we should film us pulling, and then this happened. It's just bad. He couldn't hang. He thought if he had ready goes, he'd have a better chance. So the guy in the back's calling ready goes, and he didn't call it on that last one. So yeah, that's me and Artem pulling. I don't know the story. He already stopped pulling with us when I started. Oh, that's no good, man. Shit. Oh, here's John again. John Islander. Guys, if you get a chance, pull with John Islander. He is freaky strong. I think he had wore himself out at this point, and I was just containing him too easy. Yeah. That's what we were laughing about there. Okay, so here's me and Scott Wynn. He's a pretty famous arm wrestler. But he's a lightweight dude. He's like a 198, 200-pound guy. Let me see if I've got any other interesting matches that I think you guys would be particularly into. My lighting is on fire in that video. It's a shame I couldn't focus it in. It was having some focus issues. My camera did not want to zoom in on me. Where else you visit on California trip? Okay, so we went to Petaluma? Is that what it's called? And then we went to the desert, and I got like a little jar of sand from you guys, and I got a shell. And then I went far west with Raymond Cody. He's the guy who runs Country Crush. He's actually the guy who brought us out there. He paid for mine and my wife's flight, all kinds of shit. At the time, I was working for Country Crush, and he brought us out there for a strongman event. And then I wound up not even competing in the strongman event. I just filmed it for him. I just wound up filming it for him. But it was cool. I had a blast out there, man. I'd love to go back. I don't know if I've pulled any other like really famous people that you guys would know on here. I thought me and Devin have pulled maybe, but I don't think the video's in here. I think left-handed, this is gonna sound cocky, I think I'd fucking eat Devin alive right now. Left-handed. He was talking about the way of the giant pumpkin and how his left feels so fresh because he doesn't work it. His small, his small arm for sure. Right-handed, I think he'd eat me alive. I don't think I'm fucking with that dude right-handed, even with a press. I don't think there's anything I can do to him. Well, I feel fairly comfortable. Do you guys want to go ahead and start the game? Or do you want to keep hearing me ramble about nonsense? I like his look, man. I think he looks more healthy when he's 250, 260 like he is right now than he does when he's 225. I like fluff on that dude. His body's meant for it. He's taller than me. He's 6'5". He's an inch taller than me. So he looks weird when he weighs 200 pounds. Like, what the fuck? Yeah, I know, man. 270. 270 with obliques. He didn't have abs, but you could still see his obliques cutting through the side. That's impressive. This is mad impressive. Start the game. Let's do it.